Hi, I'm Sharon Williams, founder and CEO of Taurus, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to Taurus TV, the channel that tells the story of our Taurus network. I'm delighted to have with me Australian journalist Amber Sherlock. Welcome, Amber.
Thank you, Sharon, and thank you so much for having me on Taurus TV. I'm delighted to be here. Today we're talking about websites. When many people start a website for their business, they often think about what it should look like. Yes, you need to connect emotionally with your potential customers. But some digital marketers are saying, as nice as the warm fuzzies are, the process is nothing about art at all. Our guest today is a leading digital marketer, and he's just made it as a finalist for the coveted B&T Awards. He is a best-selling Amazon author of the international marketing book Smarter Marketer, and his Smarter Marketer podcast is also #1 in Australia. He's the co-founder of the award-winning Australian digital marketing agency Rocket. Big welcome to you, James Lawrence. It's fabulous to have you here.
Thanks, Amber.
Look, you've won lots of awards, but let's go first to the digital marketing. Do you think it's a product of art or science?
Oh, it's a good question. I think the answer is both. Like we think of digital, we think of technology, it's data-driven, machine learning, artificial intelligence, but to get the best results for our clients, we're often using techniques that were relevant 100 years ago. We're talking about messaging, copywriting, creative, and understanding the market that we're trying to market to. So I'm going to evade the question and say it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
Well, let's look at some of these awards you've won at Rocket. They include B&T Best Digital Services, Best Digital Campaign, Google Premier Partners Awards, a bunch of APAC and SEMrush Awards, and Marketing Agency of the Year from the Australian Marketing Institute. I mean, some fabulous awards. Congratulations. How does winning these awards impact your business model and your clients?
Yeah. I think in 3 ways. The first one is around our team. Like it's winning awards makes the team feel great. They feel that you kind of get validated that you are amongst the best in Australia and worldwide, and it helps us to attract talent. Where at the moment it's so difficult to attract high quality candidates for roles, and we have people kind of knocking down our door to work at Rocket, which is a pretty good position to be in. The second one is for our existing clients, where if one of their campaigns wins an award, it helps them to know that they're in good hands, and other stakeholders in their business will go, yep, we're in good hands with Rocket. And then the third one is just new business. Like every time you win a big award, you kind of wake up the next week and there's leads coming in from businesses that want to work with you. So they're kind of important, yeah.
Yeah. Sharon, you've obviously won lots of awards over the 27 years with Taurus. Do you agree with James that how important are awards?
It's always lovely to be validated by the industry and to be able to say to your team that well, you lift your team, don't you, James,
Yeah,
when you win an award, as well as the company brand. So, and most of the awards in our industry are actually awarded to the employee as well as the company. So you're building people and building brands, which is what it's all about.
James, what excites you the most? Is it the people? Is it the technology? Yeah. I mean, it's a really exciting business and space that you're in.
Yeah, I mean, it moves so quickly, and it is interesting, the changes in Google and Facebook, Instagram, and in the last couple of years seeing TikTok kind of rise through and the changes that's made to the industry. But for me, it's the people. Like I love understanding our clients' businesses and basically driving results. Like the idea of helping an in-house marketer drive better performance than they've ever had before, or help a business owner make revenue. And you kind of over the years become friends with a lot of your clients, and so definitely the people aspect, although the space itself is awesome too. So.
Let's talk about having a successful digital presence. How does Google fit in? What's an SEO? Talk to us about it.
Yeah, I mean, Google is the search engine in Australia, right? So I think the stats are 97% of searches every day in Australia are done in Google, which is more than in other markets. Like in America, it's kind of 80-20, and there's other markets where Google just isn't the behemoth it is here. So if you're talking about search engines and people turning to a search engine to find a product or service, it's Google they're turning to. And SEO is there's basically 2 ways to appear in Google. One is in the ad space, which are typically the little listings at the top of a search query. Then SEO is all the space beneath, so the organic listings, and it's working with a business and with a website to try to have it appear as high as possible and outrank their competitors on certain search terms.
I mean, is it possible to beat the Google algorithms?
You're not beating the algorithm. You're beating, what you're trying to do is to beat the competition. Okay. So it's kind of working with the algorithms and understanding them, and as an agency, our clients pay us because we know how Google ranks websites, and we've got an SEO team that sits there understanding what's working and what's not. So it's working with our clients to help them beat their competition on certain search
So how
terms.
do you get an online presence so that more potential customers find you? I guess that's what every business wants.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, it's understanding what the business is trying to achieve and who their customers are, and what are those customers doing online. So is it search, where people are looking for someone like them or to solve a problem like theirs? Or is it social, where you're taking a message out to market? So, but yeah, essentially understanding the business, understanding what their customers are doing, and then handing it over to someone like Rocket to do all the technical stuff that most business owners and marketers don't want to do themselves. So.
And Sharon, I'm sure you found that businesses can't just rely on websites. Take me through what you found at Taurus to be stock standard principles a business should follow to market itself.
I think with the pandemic happening, immediately there was an increased shift to online because we couldn't meet and build those relationships face to face. So one of the digital marketing has always been important, but suddenly it became amazingly important, the top of the list, to be able to keep communicating. So if businesses want to be successful, then agencies like Rocket are the turn to be able to boost that SEO and search capability.
Obviously, you have a fantastic business model, you have a fantastic business. So how is Taurus helping you market that?
Yeah, I guess we're nerds, right? Like we're good at SEO and running Facebook and TikTok, but we're not necessarily the best at getting our message out to market, right? So I think for us, there's lots of things happening in our business which are interesting, and there's stories in there, but we're not really the people to identify them. So Taurus helps to get messages and stories about Rocket in front of our target market, who are in-house Australian marketers, and yeah.
And from Taurus's perspective, Sharon, what's been your experience working with James and Rocket?
Well, James has picked his team very well, and we work with a splendid marketing manager and who has been delightful to work with, and the team at Rocket are very well qualified. So it's been easy for us to pick out that key messaging and pick out the stories and work with your marketing team to get those stories out in the media. And we've hit KPIs, and we've exceeded those, and it's been great to be able to pick those stories out and see them there in the media for you to read, James, and to have your personal brand out there in a much bigger way.
I guess, James, what's your message today about what Rocket can do to win other brands more business? Yeah,
like I think if you're an Australian business that isn't dominating in Google or Facebook or TikTok, and your competitors probably are, so if you want a second opinion on how you're approaching digital marketing, then we're always here, at our website, rocketagency.com.au, and feel free to reach out and we can see if we can help you.
I mean, there are some companies that maybe wouldn't place an importance on digital marketing, but really these days you have to, don't you? Yeah,
like I think digital plays a different role for different businesses. And there's some businesses that market themselves exclusively using digital, and there's others that still get by with other ways of marketing, which still makes sense, but it's hard. I very rarely see digital playing less of a important role for most businesses.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Yeah. Where do you see digital going in the next 5 to 10
years?
Yeah,
I think we see in complex spaces, in B2B, more and more activity, and B2C, more and more activity takes place online. Consumers and customers spend more time researching on websites, on review sites, on blogs, on YouTube, than previously when they would reach out to a brand earlier in that kind of path to purchase. So lots of offline stuff isn't going anywhere. But the reality is that digital takes up more and more time, more eyeballs are on it, and brands have to be there.
Sharon, how does digital marketing fit in with Taurus?
Thank you, Amber. So Taurus is all about a strategic methodology where you fulfill business objectives. And we have the Taurus Bullseye wheel, and digital marketing fits into that wheel as a segment of that marketing comms approach. And so I believe it's very important that when you're creating a comms strategy to meet business objectives, that you've got best of breed all the way around that wheel of segments to make sure that you're delivering on those business and comms objectives. And at the moment, post-pandemic, digital marketing is a much more important part of that offering than it ever has been, which is why I think it's important to partner with the experts in those particular segments. And of course, Rocket is is the go-to for digital marketing.
James, do you agree with Sharon's sentiments?
Yeah, totally. Like, we get our best results for clients when they have their overall marketing strategy set correctly and they have a comms plan, because without good creative and good messaging, we don't get digital campaigns working. And you'll often find that a business that is engaging in something like PR will get better results in something like SEO, where a lot of media mentions result in links coming into websites, which result in better SEO rankings. So the two do go hand in hand, and it's difficult for us to get great digital marketing results without the rest of the building blocks in place.
And what that does for Rocket, or what we're doing for Rocket at the moment, is by getting media coverage and content by third-party endorsement, that's James and his team are able to take that editorial coverage and it is bouncing SEO up. So together with SEO strategies and the editorial media coverage, we're seeing an increase in brand awareness.
James Lawrence, it's been great to chat to you today.
Thanks, Amber.
And thank you for having me on Taurus TV today. I'm Amber Sherlock. Sharon?
Thank you, Amber. Thank you, James. Great to have you both
Sharon.
on board. If you would like to become part of the Taurus network, contact us at the email address on the screen. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sharon Williams.